Okay, I have two amazing cars today. This is actually really exciting because I bought two of my favorite cars, 1987, 1988 Nissan Sentras. That's my Sentra. And this is my Sentra. I have two Nissan Sentras. Two. Actually, I have three Nissan Sentras. Why have two cars of the same cars? I have this habit of buying two examples of the same car. And the reason I wanted to get two is that I'm fascinated by the differences and the micro nuances between a base model, which is this car behind here, and the high-end GXC model. And so I think that's fascinating when you get to look at two different cars and see how that they're presented in different segments of the market. I like to see what the designers were trying to achieve with the different iterations of the car. So this is a 1987 made in 1986 GXC fully optioned car. It has every option that was available on the car for the time, except for air conditioning. And this is a Sentra E, which would be called like the lost leader. It means that it was the cheapest version of the car you could get for 4 doors. And when you look at the two cars, they're the same. But when you look a little bit closer, it's fascinating to see all the different details that the cars have. Not just things like vinyl seats versus cloth seats, but a different steering wheel, different rack-dependent steering system on this one, so that the driving dynamics are a little bit more solid, feel a bit more like a German car, where this feels more like an appliance. And when you really get the two cars together, you can start to feel that. And the reason I think that's kind of interesting is that they were trying to appeal obviously to a different segment of the market, but in doing so, they made one version that's literally like a premium sedan. And that was unique for Nissan at the time. At that time, they were really an entry-level company making economy cars, and this is one of the first times that there was a sort of a boutique premium entry-level sedan. So that's a really interesting thing to me. One of the things I love about car design is that when a car comes out for the first time in the industry, usually it's the purest form of that car. Meaning it's exactly what the designer intended, and then from there on out it gets diluted as they tune it for the market, or they try to get more market share by making little adjustments that they think will appeal to a larger quantity of buyers. However, when that happens, the car starts to get diluted, and typically by the end of its production run, it's a kind of a far cry from what you actually designed as a car designer. So one of the things I love about this car versus, let's say, the 1989 model is that this thing is so sheer. All of the highlights are super chamfered, and so in 89 they went to a more organic front end, because and the reason they would have done that was they were trying to preview the next generation of the Sentra. That Sentra was a much more timeless, organic design, and so they would have tried to make the minor change, facelifted version of this car preview what that car that was coming. But this version is the purest form. So these chamfers that go around the edge, the unforgiving sort of blocky tofu-ness of the car makes it pure. It's what the designer intended. This car, when I was at Nissan for a decade, this car was always referred to as the tofu Sentra. And what I love about that is it literally looks like a block of tofu. But that's kind of interesting to me. It's like as if Bang & Olufsen did a car. It's if you take the sort of 80s aesthetic that we all know as boxy cars, and you epitomize it, you distill it to the purest form, almost to like 8-bit car design, you'd have this car. I mean, it's literally what a child would draw if they drew a 3-box car. Something I think is fascinating in a car like this is that this would have been built in 1986. In April of 86 is when this car was made, which means that when the car comes out, it has a lot of scrutiny on it, and it has a lot of attention on it. So this car is really well made. It's actually, this car has 200,000 miles on it, and the one behind me only has 63,000 miles on it. And you can feel a fundamental difference between the two cars, not only in things like styling elements, but like the details inside, like the quality of the materials and the unique seats, etc., etc. But the actual way the car is put together, it still feels very solid. This car doesn't not feel solid, it feels very good, but it feels like a machine, it feels like an appliance. I love seeing these little new details. I love it when the car first comes out. Like I said, this car was built in mid 1986 as an 87 model. That means everything that they had went into this car. This one is also, they had tuned the manufacturing processes, and so things were going a little smoother in the assembly line, but it maybe didn't have as much pride of manufacturing as this car would have had when they were putting all of the high quality materials into it, all of the styling elements. At that point, they wouldn't have diluted the car to appeal or to save cost or to find a few ways to get a couple pennies out of the car. That's the purest form of the car. So, thanks for watching. I love sharing my Sentras and my cars and all of my crazy 1980s Japanese cars with you guys.